Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Mary Sky Realty's video blog. I'm Mary Sky. How goes it, everyone? I'm trying to find out if there's enough pans around. Here we go. Because I'm making some Hot Pockets. So, I want to talk to you guys about stimulus checks today. And yes, these are Hot Pockets I bought. Usually I don't buy them, but it looks pretty damn tasty at the time, so here's my Hot Pocket. So, see, we got a first comment list today. Sorry, I'm a little slow. I'm not feeling too well. Kind of under the weather still. The weather here is pretty crappy, so. Anyways, I have an update for you all on stimulus today. Latest report said, thanks to Pee-wee, is Medicare is going to be cut and Medicaid not on purpose. There, you heard it from me. Not on purpose. As soon as the weather clears up here, I will be going shopping for more Hot Pockets. Right now, it's a good little thing to eat, so. There. Alright, so, how is everyone today? Hello, Cam. Is that you, Cam? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, anyways, let me get down to the deal, okay? And I'll give you my schedule, too, by the way, so you guys can understand. So, for stimulus updates, here's the deal. I read 2 reports, not on purpose, but since 2010, when they do budget reconciliation, programs get sliced or cut, or not literally cut, but deep cuts, So Medicare and Medicaid is on the chopping block. So during the pandemic, they had to give $1,400, so they're going to unintentionally take away some Medicare and Medicaid payments. That's going to give you guys $1,400. All right. The second thing I want to share with you is the timeline. Now, there's 2 to 3 different timelines, okay? When it comes to stimulus checks, they're going to turn around. Good morning. They're going to turn around and they're going to turn around and choose to try to hammer out a bill because the bill's already being put together from the committee. So what they're doing is they're taking it and they're going to put it all together in the House on the 23rd of February, which is good. And then getting it through the Senate's no problem. So good morning or afternoon, Pee-wee. So they're trying to get it passed before March 14th because after March 14th, unemployment lapses and everyone's fucking screwed yet again. So they're hoping that all 51 Democratic senators that control the Senate can actually, with Kamala Harris, do a tiebreaker to get it passed. Otherwise, if one falters, the bill won't pass. So they're making sure it's watertight. So if it doesn't pass on the 14th, they have apparently like March 23rd to March 27th is when the next checks are cut or voted on again. And yes, my bunny's chewing on a log right now, so. if that passes exactly. Right now, they're not really working hard enough. They're all on vacation till next week. So, I've heard a lot of BS lately anyways. I just came out of school, had to spend a few minutes with my father-in-law on Zoom. So I'm here. So, just to let you guys know, I'm alive, barely. I'm having some medical problems still. I'm doing my best to live. There you have it. So, one of the things is the timeline. There's a lot of people like yesterday, I told Pee Wee I was on yesterday. I haven't been on much because I've been focusing more on video games. Good thing for me, right? Passes the time till the new games come out. But it also passes the time due to the fact that people message me and say, hey, where's our stimulus? When's our checks coming? There's a lot of people out there that are now learning that the not on purpose rules on reconciliation will cut Medicare and Medicaid services. They'll be cutting programs to cover $1,400. And so I said yesterday, and I messaged Pee Wee about it. Thanks for tuning in, Pee Wee. I told Pee Wee, that's what came up on like 9 different newspapers talking about them cutting programs to give $1,400 to people. Is it worth it? No, they should be cutting other programs to cover it. I mean, literally, we're spending $20 billion for new aircraft carrier. We got 3 being built right now. 1 still got problems. We're going to be slowly phasing out the Nimitz class, which is going to cost approximately $3 to $4 billion per carrier. So it's going to cost $40 to $50 billion to decommission them all, and not including billions to decommission each and every submarine, cruiser, frigate, destroyer too. So by the time you get all the decommissioning and recommissioning of new ships, we're spending trillions of dollars on the military, which the military could use a little delayed on deferments on payments to cover stimulus. But in the meantime, too many people don't realize that the $1,400, not $2,000. You got your $600 payment, you'll get $1,400 if and when. And so, as I told Pee Wee and the rest of my moderators, the reason I haven't been on lately is, well, 1, physically ill, sick. 2, is there's nothing to report. There's too many clickbaiters making a living off of the money-hungry people that need their stimulus. And so, to me, I vowed right now not to post much due to the fact that there's too many money-grubbing people out there wanting to waste their money on useless crap. Let me see the emails, Cam. Hold on. Well, whatever floats your boat, Cam. I wouldn't have done it, but if your mom wants you to do it, that's between you and your mom. I have no opinions on that. It's hard to say. So Pee Wee's right. 50,000 jobs lost. We're not energy efficient. We're looking for too many people are looking for handouts, literally. And on top of this, they're saying it'll be between fall and winter before everyone's vaccinated, if then. In the meantime, everyone needs to survive and live holed up in their little caves until it's all done. That's something I want to share with you. Pee Wee's completely right, and everything. The country's going down the wrong rabbit hole, unfortunately, but there's too many people that don't care. They just want their money. They don't care if grandma and grandpa get cut their Medicare or their Medicaid or whatever, as long as they get $1,400. They don't care until they find out their SSI payment is the same. They got $1,400, and yet at the same time they lose 70% of their Medicaid, and they turn around. Remember what me and Pee Wee talked about the other day, the old code for worthless eaters. And that is scary as scary can be. Worthless eaters. Think about it. Excuse me for a second while I get this prepared. So while I'm here today doing a short video, like I said, everyone, they're trying to kill off people and they're trying to do it. Even though it's unintentional, they know what they're doing. And this is why the news is not focusing on it, because they're censoring a lot of stuff, including YouTube. You know, people are so hungry for that 1400, nothing matters. And to me, I would rather be sitting down and spending hundreds of hours playing Animal Crossing or Story Seasons than dealing with, when's my money coming? When's my money coming? I'm struggling. I need my money. When's my money coming? When's my money coming? You know? Yeah, propane's expensive, sis. I know this. I mean, I walk everywhere, you know? There's not going to be a doomsday, Cam. That's one thing there won't be. Not right now, anyways. And that's the thing. I mean, literally, I agree with Pee Wee completely. And by the way, as we said many times over, do not spend your money foolishly. I'm restocking what I can, when I can, how I can. Because we're in it for the long haul. I mean, let me tell you a story, okay? Pee Wee's like, a new story from Rita. So the other day, Friday, I muted you guys because I had to make a call came in on my device, and the call was about talking to a lady about getting some help for Chloe mentally. Remember, I'm trying to get Chloe on the right track. I'm not trying to sit here and say, oh, Chloe did this, Chloe did that. So basically, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say Chloe left 500,000 dishes and I'm still washing them in the dishwasher. No, I'm just like, yeah, fuck it, you know. But I will tell you, I've made arrangements with this lady to contact the right people to have the.
We have to call the electric people. So I put
tomorrow is President's Day.
Oh shit, yeah. Tomorrow, well, I forgot it's President's Day. Usually they don't have it till the week after, but yeah, excited to put some money on that bill.
Right, cool. So basically, what I'm trying to say to you all is, when it comes to stimulus, thank you, Chloe, for sharing that. You know, she's trying to be more politer too. So, anyways, the story goes, this lady's meeting me tomorrow on Zoom because she's setting me up with extra help with electricity and electricity subsidy for me. Because, you know, right now, I've been holed up here and my bill's going through the roof. Literally, electricity ain't cheap. My dad lives in a mansion in Ohio and he's paying $84 for electricity. No offense, Pee Wee's probably saying, well, how much is your bill? My bill right now, the current bill was $180 for a month. And that's using 3 heaters in one room set at 80 degrees to keep this place completely heated during winter time. Last month it was over $200. So you can tell that I had to literally ask this lady for help because I can't cover the bills on the electric bill. So she's helping. The internet bill's fine. It was the electric she's setting me up. She's also working with free therapy for Chloe and free therapy for myself and other issues. But thing is I finally contacted them. They also said because I have pre-existing conditions, they will pick my groceries up. So I don't even have to leave my house unless I want to. And right now, who would, with a fucking 18 inches of snow, which is slowly melting, and I'm not going out flopping around in snow to go get some more Hot Pockets. So as long as the snow is out there, I'm going to live off what I have in my freezers to survive until I can get to the store, which means I have plenty of food stamps, as you know. I'm not going to give any of the neighbors anything. The neighbors here are fucking terrible. No offense. You want to hear what happened? I'll tell you a story, Pee Wee. You need something?
No, just looking to see what else you got. You might want to stuff that in there a little more.
Alright, okay. Frost that, huh?
Yeah, I'm making hamburgers, so with this
well, I'll tell you what, if Sister Courtney doesn't get in touch with me today, then you might want to eat this up for yourself. I can cook it if she doesn't contact you.
That's the steak thing?
That's a rib steak I marinated.
I'll have to have for dinner tonight, I guess.
She hasn't messaged yet, but defrost that anyway for tomorrow or something. Anywho, let me tell you the story. So my electric bill's high. This lady's willing to pick my groceries up. She's also willing to pick Chloe's groceries up too. All we have to do is order online. So, Anyways, so I got the dishwasher done. That's the other thing. Dishwasher is energy efficient, but not too efficient because the bill went through the roof. And sometimes it takes 2 or 3 loads to finish everything. So let me tell you a story about the neighbors, okay? Pee-wee. So yesterday I was doing a 45-minute video update. 45 minutes, okay? The neighbor was fucking pounding on the wall, all right? Everyone that was watching me knew the walls were being pounded. I shrugged it off, saying, okay, no problem, it's fine, right? Around 4:30 this fucking morning, I was in bed sleeping, okay? I was sleeping from 8:30 to 4:30, okay? I had to get up and make coffee. You know me and my coffee, Pee-wee. Anyway, story goes, neighbors were pounding 4:30 in the morning. I said, okay, no problem. 5 o'clock, pounding on the wall. 5:02, pounding on the wall. 5:03, 5:05, 5:12, 5:13. I left the entire log, right? Manager says, which unit is it? Well, it's not Chelsea next door. Chelsea never comes out of her apartment, never does anything. The guy upstairs, I said, walks like an elephant or a rhinoceros. And yet, she says, well, we can't do anything to him because he's got problems where he can't help but stop. And I said, yeah, the other day, dropped something at 3 in the morning. Am I supposed to look the other way? And she says, well, you noted me, and I will let him know to be careful. So she says, okay, so it's the lady next door. And I said, by the way, ma'am, just to let you know, when was the last time I literally complained to you by email? She said, oh, it's over a year it happened. A little over a year, so maybe 18 months I complained, right, sis? She turned and sent me an email that says, pretty much, when the neighbors complain about you, I look the other way because Chloe's mentally ill. But the neighbors also know, as the neighbor put it, the one that stole from me and raped Chloe, supposedly. She did steal from me, I guarantee that one. Okay. That the neighbor turned and told her that if Chloe complains, in her opinion, it's retaliation. But when Rita complains, we all have to worry because Rita never, ever fucking complains. You could fucking pound on the walls at 2 in the morning, as how she put it. And Rita never fucking complains. But when I did this morning, I was saying, look, I got out of bed at 4:30 in the fucking morning because of it. Now it's fucking quiet as a mouse. I said, yesterday I was on YouTube. I even gave her the link. The manager heard the pounding herself. She's like, what the fuck are they doing at 6:45 at night? Literally. I told her, if it's a child, I would accept that. I said, I even hear those kids louder than a tuba next door, and I look the other way because it's children. But the neighbor said, when Rita complains, you got something to worry about because Rita is not just a hermaphroditic intersex / transgender person. Rita is one of those that buries everything in and never lets it out. But when she lets it out, there could be hell to pay. And the manager says, I'll take care of this. I said, well, not my problem. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Because I don't think it's proper to be woke up at 4:30 in the morning. You can take a bath. You can do whatever. I said, I don't run the dishwasher until 9 a.m. to make sure everyone's up. Sometimes 10 or 11 if I'm busy. I mean, when I get up at 4:30 in the morning, I said I wash up, and then I sit down in front of the TV with the volume at very low so no one can hear it, and I play a game. Manager says they don't hear you. When they do hear you, it's usually Chloe, not me. So I wanted to share that thing. What about the Mennonite one? You mean the Jehovah's Witness, Chelsea? The reason I don't deal with Chelsea is because the other day I had to reset my router. And Chelsea came and knocked and asked me why the router was changed, right? Turns out she gave my neighbor next door, the one that supposedly raped Chloe and stole my video games almost 3 years ago, the access code. And the internet company says, I'm using too much data. Now that the internet has been balanced out, I'm not using too much data at all. And yet she was like, why am I not getting internet? And the other day I was listening to a couple of neighbors that are Jehovah's Witness too, nice people. And they turned around and told me that she gave the access code to my internet to someone who hurt me. And that she said, well, it's not right for me to be hurt by that. I said, I never got my games back. So technically, fuck them. I told the lady this, fuck it. I'm not going to be helping anyone. And the lady doesn't even celebrate Christmas. I said, well, if you need toilet paper, somebody can spare some. Nope. To me, I'm too weird. I'm going to be blinked out of existence. So I stopped being nice when I hold up here. On top of that, let me tell you another story. So the other day I went to the grocery store. My advocate, Courtney, saw me the other day. And she's like, Rita, you never push that little shopping cart around. Where'd you go? Oh, I went to the store. She's like, I saw you go down there. What were you buying? Whiskey and other foods. Well, the other day I went to the other store. I finally went to the other store. The managers don't work at the management one that kicked Chloe out. Someone else now. And one of the ladies I know became manager. And she's like, oh my God, Rita, I didn't think you were alive. You haven't been in here 10 months. Yeah. So I went in, got some Hot Pockets, and that's where I complained to the lady about why they should carry Stouffer's manicotti. Because they had to specially order it, it takes 6 to 12 weeks. So in the meantime, I said, do you have a problem with manicotti or manicotti shells? Because I needed manicotti shells. Well, I have enough ingredients in there, organic ingredients, make 4 batches of cheese manicottis. I just need shells. Tomorrow my shells come in. I bought 12 boxes of manicotti shells for approximately $24 on Amazon. I mean, literally. So to me, I'm sitting here going, there's got to be a problem if someone doesn't like manicotti. Oh, yeah, my neighbors are bastards. I mean, literally. Fucking Jehovah's Witness. The only one that's been nice to me is the one that gave me the treadmill. And she knows I use it every day. And I've paid her many times over to look after Ebony if I have to go somewhere. But lately I haven't, so it's fine. But she's a sweetheart. She's literally a sweetheart. I don't bother her. The other day, my one neighbor who basically blew up at me like Chloe, no offense to, I'm not going to talk about negative about Chloe, but she basically went into a parking lot outside of this one neighbor and told me she never wanted to see my face again because what I said was a lie. I said there was hypothetical rumors going around in the rumors. Well, she didn't care. She's buddy because apparently this woman's a pedo bearer against children, supposedly. She likes children and she's like 75 Jewish. And so I don't even pay attention to that wench. But the other day she was telling another neighbor that's downstairs from her that she thought I was dead till she finally saw me come out of my house the other day carrying a shopping cart. Everywhere I go, people sit there and they don't see me. I had one neighbor, I was going down the hill. She was coming up the hill. She stopped me. She says, hey, Rita. And I go, hey, Denise. She's like, I haven't seen you in a while. I said, yeah. What are you doing? So I'm going grocery shopping. You usually send Chloe to do it. Yeah, well, Chloe can't go into the store. I heard the rumors. Anyways, glad you're getting out. You should get out more. Thing is with my physical ailments right now, my dad's worried I might kick the bucket before Christmas. I got doctor's appointments, more doctor's appointments, more doctor's appointments. In the meantime, I'm dealing with fucking neighbors who told the manager today that they can't be fucking touched. And they'll kick the door, pound the door, throw the things, whatever, right? So the manager the other day asked me, is your camera working? I said, yeah. She said, someone went by your stairwell and threw something down there. Did you see it? I said, yeah, I know who it was. I said, I opened my door up to get a package, and there was this little bag, right? This little bag that I got from Safeway for free. And it was a specialty bag with pictures on it. It had pictures of my husband and Moppy. The neighbor threw it down there. Didn't put the games in there, nothing, just left the bag at my door. I said, cameras saw everything. The old manager's like, well, Count your blessings, you got your bag back, but you didn't get your games back. I don't trust the neighbors. I mean, literally, neighbors turn around and say, you can't touch me, and there's an eviction moratorium. So unless I make fucking threats against you or others, I'm going to do what the fuck I want. Literally. I mean, the neighbor upstairs went to the manager and said, look, Rita's not making noise. Chloe's not making noise. Some motherfucker keeps waking me up between 2 and 5 in the morning every day pounding. It ain't Rita. The manager said, Rita's not doing it. We know who's doing it. They're doing it because they can't be touched. Literally. You know? And I told the manager, I usually don't complain at anything. Yeah, well, the neighbors probably did. Neighbors are fucking thieves. Literally, that's why I had the camera put in. I remember, Pee Wee, I told you the neighbors upstairs that one day when we had like 30 boxes being unloaded and they kept asking the UPS guy what's in the boxes. And he says, I don't know. And then I put a sticker on my window and my door that says this house is monitored with video surveillance. They went to the manager and said it was a privacy issue. Manager comes in, looks at my phone, says, oh, yeah, the camera's angled perfectly. It's not angled at the hall. It is angled at the door a certain way. You know when your packages are coming. That's it. You know? Excuse me 1 second. Come on. How long is this fucking stove going to take to heat up? I want something to eat today, not tomorrow. And so, you know, the manager basically said everything's in order. I don't complain at fucking all. And yet the manager was like, you never complain. I mean, I don't even leave my fucking house. And yet, some neighbors think I died. Other neighbors think I'm an asshole. And other neighbors, I've been living on ramen lately and other stuff to get me by. I mean, literally, I don't trust the neighbors. I don't even affiliate with any of the neighbors. I affiliate with my apartment. And when I email the manager, like this month, the manager was fucking lazy, okay? Oh, I'm in California. My husband's having treatment for his heart transplant. Well, what's the rent? Oh, I'll get to it in a week. You know what I did? I went and paid 2 months ahead of time and says, tell me when the fucking next rent's due, and I'll pay the difference. Manager emails me and says, well, your April rent's going to be $508. And then balance the books out. $508. But if she can't be at home to tell me, I'm still paying the fucking rent because I'm not going to be fucking evicted because I missed it by 2 or 3 days while she's out and about. Plain and simple, you know, I do things rationally. But some people don't, you know. And that's where I draw the line, you know. No, I don't give two shits what the neighbors think as long as they leave me the fuck alone. And they know, I mean, literally, the neighbor basically that stole from me literally turned around and said to the manager today, and the manager reiterated to me, when Rita complains, you got to worry. Because Rita never fucking complains about anything. Literally. The neighbor guy upstairs knows I don't complain. I tell Chloe, don't worry about it, don't bother with it. Chloe goes and complains, oh, Moppy was on the leash and the neighbor's dogs were off snapping at it. Manager says, pandemic's over, get rid of those fucking dogs or you're out. Another neighbor, Chihuahua's off the leash, same thing. Neighbor's like, oh, you can't kick us out because, you know, really. You can have an emotional support animal if you have papers from the doctor or you have a certified service dog. I have a certified service dog, but I don't go out. Manager knows this. Manager basically knows. Everyone that knows, if I complain, there's a reason. And I don't like waking up. I leave my TV low or off when I sleep now. So when I got up this morning and jumped out of bed And I was coughing, Pee-wee. I was hacking up a lung. I was having a hard time breathing. I told the manager I was nearly almost ready to call 911 to get an ambulance to take me to the hospital. I was coughing, and they're pounding on the fucking walls. The manager says that's fucking wrong. I said, what, am I supposed to live in my office where there's no room because I got a fucking trike and a bike? Can't trust a trike and bike outside. The motherfucking neighbors would steal the fucker and sell it for drug money. Damn fucking stove. Ugh, praise the Lord. Alexa, set a timer 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
Ugh. Yeah, I mean, I was literally coughing, and they're pounding on the wall, right? The manager's like, you can't help it. You live in your living room. And they're going to fucking complain. I mean, literally, I even asked the manager, is there anything against me? Because you should tell me every time. She said, no, I bring it up to you right away. There's nothing. You're clean. Besides that, you have a whole batch of lawyers at your fingertips. And two is you don't complain. You're the type that lets everything slide. I said, yeah. Even the neighbor's been complaining upstairs about the pounding and it's waking him up. I mean, literally. I mean, I just can't fucking believe my fucking ears, I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, Moppy's going ape because of the pounding. And the manager's like, well, you have a service dog. He's got to alert you to things. Yeah. I mean, literally, who the fuck makes this kind of noise? Wow. Look at that. Says here, I haven't had any mail in the last fucking week. Box is empty. I sleep with noise on or off just because, but my point is, stimulus checks, again, back to stimulus. I was doing an update after 8 days. I told the manager it's been like 6 to 8 days since I did a last YouTube vid, and yet they've been pounding, And the manager says, so, and I even gave her the proof, and she heard it. She's like, this has to stop. That they can't just go pound it and say, oh, you can't touch me. You can't evict us. We're protected class right now. And the manager tells me these are the same motherfuckers that moved in people, moved in other people, moved in more people. And then on top of that, not paying the fucking rent for over a year. And she says, now why some of us are hurting. Well, the state of Washington made a deal where you got to make payments to stay in your place, but they don't have to recertify you either. My thing is I don't, there is a no re-upper clause in the lease that they can just say, oh, well, but they have to have a reason like, oh, we're selling the building, so we're not re-uppering your lease. Or they have a no clause where they can just say, we're not re-uppering your lease, but you get 2 months notice to move. Which means in 2 months, you don't have to pay the rent. You can say, fuck it, I'm making all my money moving it to storage shed and then moving somewhere. I mean, but, I've been paying my rent on time. I was delayed once here the whole time I've lived here once. In my entire rental history, I've been delayed 3 times or 4 times since 2005. Since then, 16 years of rental history, I've only been late 3 times. The manager says it's perfect. Perfect. And yet, I don't complain. My other place I lived in, same management company, no complaints. Previous one, no complaints. People complained about me. Previous one, a few complaints, but that was a different management company that was not for transgender people or hermaphrodite. So you get the idea. But since then, I just keep to my fucking self. You know, the only thing, as my dad said, that would worry me to no end is being evicted because of Chloe's temper. Otherwise, my advocates say we've had lawyers come in at both meetings. We're fine and dandy. They don't want to have another lawyer interview again. So I've been here. Hold up. And then on top of this, the manager said again, the complaint was that the neighbor was complaining, not the guy upstairs, but next door, was complaining about 9 or 10 a.m. too early to run a dishwasher. And so she demanded the manager evict me or have me throw the dishwasher out, put it out by the dumpster. Manager said, why? So you can fucking steal it yourself? No. They're paying the electric bill. They're paying to use it. And it only comes in and off and on temporarily. So why do you want them to get rid of it? Are you fucking jealous? Go spend $250 and do it. Oh, I'm sorry, your electric bill's too high. You probably aren't paying that either. I mean, literally, that's all that's going on. I mean, you can't have my fucking dishwasher. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to get everything put together, but you guys get the ideas. So, I'm doing quite well otherwise. The stimulus thing, like I said, you'll get it when you get it, but I'm tired of people messaging me and asking me specifically about why I haven't given any good time frames, Dinner's gonna be fried cabbage with Polska kielbasa. Yeah, I got some sausage ropes myself, sis. That's one of the things I was telling Dad. Me and Dad were on Zoom, and I said, "So, Dad, what do you think I should have for lunch? Because I don't eat lunch. Because tonight for dinner is leftover prime rib. Tom, tom, tom. Waiting for Pee Wee to break out the curse words about prime rib. So I turned around and he says, "Ooh, eat some Hot Pockets." I'll be right back. Bathroom break real quick. Interesting. I don't know what that noise was. So I just was hearing some noise when I went to get my toothpick for a second. So I looked out the window and there's 4 deers munching on some grass. At least they found some in the snow. Oh, I love the deer. They're so quiet and serene here. That's one of the perks, living here. Yeah, well, we're talking about prime rib, Cam. I made a prime rib roast last night, so that's my dinner tonight, prime rib. But anyways, back to stimulus checks, everyone. I'm waiting for. Oh yeah, we have deer. They're not allowed to be hunted. There's only 2 areas in the entire county that can hunt deer. They're not here. So some days you can see 30 deer outside the window. Today there's 4.
The snow's melting.
Yeah, and I just heard some noise getting a toothpick. Turns out there's 4 deer out there munching on grass.
Yeah.
2 out there and 2 on the left.
Wow, it is. It's melting fast.
Yeah, well, Moppy's wearing his Minions coat.
Yeah.
Hello, Minion Mop.
By tomorrow evening,
Well, I'll be going to the store as soon as it's melted.
Yeah.
So, anyways, like I said to all you peeps, the stimulus checks, right now, it's a wait and see. And one of the reasons why I didn't want to do many videos like I usually do is because I'm tired of people asking me specifically where's their money. I mean, literally, there's people that are on SSI thinking because they're entitled to fucking $1,400, even if it means cutting their Medicare and Medicaid, they're entitled to it. There's people on SSDI that think they're entitled to it. I mean, I don't know if Pee Wee remembers, but if I can remember the tip of my noggin, let me tell you a story. Biden's own advisors have told Congress and the Senate, Republicans, Democrats, and the president, that this is the 6 government welfare programs, okay? You got retirement, survivors, SSDI, SSI, veterans, and railroad. Now, let's go with retirement. They said 98%, 99%, give or take, let's say 97 to 99% of retirement people will bank it. They're not going to put it into the economy. So the government is saying, these advisors are telling Biden, cut out the retirees. That'll save some money. Then the ones that are on survivors, that's about people just get survivor benefits with their retirement. Same thing. 96% of them would bankroll it. They're like, cut them out. Then they said the veterans, they're getting monthly checks, they're living in subsidized housing, yada, yada, yada. They're entitled to only spend about 96% of them would put it in the bank, 94 to 96. Railroad, you get a retirement or you die of family member railroad, they don't need the money. 93% of them or so would put it in the fucking bank. That's 4 programs. You're wondering, where's SSI and SSDI? SSI and SSDI, most of them would put it into the economy. They don't give a shit. And yet, there you have the grain of truth. Now, there's people out there like our beloved moderator Pee Wee who got robbed that needs the money, and I highly recommend it. But think of the rest. Where are they going to input it into the economy? No. The other advisor said the ones that do put in the economy is restocking supplies to get through until September to December. What if there's not another stimulus check after $1,400? You waste it. And next thing you know, you have a Great Depression and you're going hungry because you decided to buy yourself Bitcoin or a motorcycle or something else. You know, I'm not pointing names or anything to anyone. I'm talking in general. People need to realize that they're not entitled. And yet, these are the people that message me and tell me I'm full of shit and they're entitled because, well, they're on SSI and they don't bring in enough and they need to live comfortably. Sorry to say, when you're on SSI and you get an SSI and pension, you're living more comfortable than most people. And if you're not, then you need to tighten your bootstraps and your belt, money belt, and live a little better. Because frankly, the point is I got tired of it. I got tired of people sitting there saying that they're entitled. I got tired of emails coming in saying, where's my money? Reason I don't do it is you to know more, go fucking look up someone who does a clickbaiting video. That's all you need to know. They're out there to make money because they're stuck indoors. They think that every fucking person. But as Pee Wee and I said, once all the stimulus updates are gone, what are you going to make stimulus updates on then, huh? You can't. What are you going to do then, huh? Me, I'm working with my moderators to make some good content after the pandemic. And focusing on other issues. But right now, everyone's focused on that measly, mangy, meager $1,400. I'm not. Why do you think I've gone away for days on time? Because I'm tired of it. Tired of seeing people sit there and wanting to invest in worthless shit when the banks are going to crash soon. I think this country is finished when it comes to politics. And that's why I'm telling you all to prepare for the worst. Maybe that's why I'm not healthy right now. You don't know how much I'm hurting everyone. Exactly. I agree completely, Pee Wee, what they're saying. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. What happens when the money runs out? People don't want to listen to me. They want to sit there and waste money on everything under the sun. Whether it be, look, I'll tell you the truth. The hard truth. You buy stuff supply-wise, you use it up. That's what I'm doing. But you buy stuff and you don't use it, you're a fucking moron. Plain and simple. They're trying to give you enough money to get you by until September. Why? Well, let's talk about it this way. The other day I was talking to, yesterday, Octavia. And I asked Octavia and the rest of the people, and Octavia commented and said, nobody. If you get $1,400 and you're on one of the 6 government dole programs, that $1,400 should restock you and resupply you until September at least. In the meantime, if you go out and you waste it, then what happens? When you don't have anything to eat. Think of it that way. The only 6 agencies or people that the government are basically saying can survive this pandemic with the 1,400 to September is the people getting monthly checks already. Anyone else that's not getting a monthly check, this doesn't scratch the fucking surface. And because of it, this is why we're all fucking hurting. I've been eating up everything. I even ate up almost all the mac and cheese that went bad. Still good, I just eat it up, My stomach's not that good anyways. My point is I'm getting sicker and sicker, and I think it has to do with stress. I mean, literally, people have put me through a stressful position, whether it be politics, which I don't give 2 shits about right now because we're 4 years of the current guy. 2 is we're going into a worse pandemic than we started. If they maintain everything, history repeats itself, we're going to see virus spikes again. They're going to shut down the governments again because everyone's not wearing masks again. Why do you think I don't go out much? Because I don't want to get sick, and I'm already sick. This morning, I woke up with severe pain right here, where my hand is, right here, thinking maybe my breast implant exploded or something, and I'm in pain. No one knows. Maybe I've been playing video games too much, and I tore a muscle. But I worry for all of you, but people don't listen to me. They think that their pretzel logic, as my dad would say, dictates what they want to do. Disabled people wanting to buy new laptops and desktops and not giving a shit if they can eat or die as long as they fucking get a new computer. There's people out there I've met planning to buy TVs and computers with the new $1,400 and cameras and everything else. Can you eat a camera? Can you eat a computer? You need to prepare for the worst. Oh, I agree completely. My new laptop's next to me. I don't use it that often. I've been playing games, and even though I've only used it 3 times, I just can't come to, use it that much because I'm scared, I'm literally scared. So I'm trying to use this one as much as possible. But at the same time, there's people out there, that think, oh, everything's going to be great. It's not going to be great. And there's another thing I want to tell you guys. When they do another budget reconciliation coming up, it's going to be for Biden's climate control and gun control. You're going to see a lot of shit hit the fan when they try to do gun control. It's coming down the pipe. People don't see it. They're going to cut into Social Security and Medicare to pay for these rebates to buy back all the guns. And if they can't, they're going to do a mental warfare on people and punish people 20, 30, 40 years in prison if they don't hand over their weapons. Literally, you got to think about it. We're going down dark times. And people don't want to listen. They're like, oh, I'm going to buy me a go-kart and a moped and whatever else I want. It's going to be great. I know a lot of people want to buy those little electric-powered scooters or whatever, or a Vespa. I mean, literally. Can you eat a Vespa? No. I have people talking about buying a used motorcycle. Can you eat a motorcycle? No. The economy is taking a shit, and yet people out there are thinking pretzel logic. I take an aspirin a day, but the doctor really doesn't want me to because I'm taking tummy medicine already. Taking like Xantax or something, generic omeprazole. That reminds me, the pharmacy should be open tomorrow. I should call them up and see about my medication I'm supposed to be picking up tomorrow. Another vial of estrogen's coming in. Should find out how much that's going to set me back. Better be fucking $13 because I ain't paying $400 for it. Then kiss my ass. That's the thing. They're taking away transgendered medicine to cover other things, which not good either, but you know, Dad and I talked about that today. Dad says there's two types of people in the world. You got the Christians like me who know the Bible well, and you got these conservative Christians who want to suppress everyone for the rich and wealthy, like say Moscow Grinch or Leningrad Lens. And so to Dad, there is regular Christians, and then there's nationalism Christians, which goes into borderline of occultist Christians who believe in no same-sex marriage, still believes in you earn what you earn. If you're wealthy, you're wealthy. Even if you screw over people, you're still wealthy because you screwed over people. He said that's where the country went down the shitter when we became too commercialized and too capitalistic. Maybe he's right. I don't know. But as Jesus says, I am not of this world. So we just got to remember that. So when we go with Jesus. We won't have to worry about stimulus checks or anything. We'll be free. Right now we're not free. We're in this deteriorating flesh sack that we live in. It's not easy either, you know. Yeah, I should order some myself. I usually order everything on Amazon, but Amazon's becoming fucking lazy too, you know. I noticed when I was doing my spreadsheets today in school that we had some problems with who the fucky? Ooh, here we go. My advocate just emailed me. I was just gonna see. All right, hold on. All right, let me email my advocate real quick. I'll let her know Chloe will put it to use. So she just emailed and said she can't drive anywhere due to snow. So I just said okie dokie, and Chloe will enjoy your steak. There you go. So, but she thanked me wholeheartedly, you know. So, anyways, my food comes out in 2 minutes, and then from there I'll do something else. And my rabbit's right there. How you doing? Gotta get that cage cleaned. You guys don't know how much I'm hurting physically, emotionally. I was on the phone the other day to a crisis team. I was having a minor crisis myself. And the lady asked me, this was, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 days ago. what I'm worried about. And I said, well, I got a lot of people pestering me about stimulus checks. I said, my health's going down the toilet. And I'm living in, they know my situation with Chloe. And I'm not going to be negative towards Chloe. And I said, and with possible cancer on my plate, possible, by the way, and being sick for 4 months and getting worse, feels like death's knocking on my door and I'm just waiting for it to come. I said, if it happens, it happens. There's nothing I can do about it. Advocates are working around the clock, making sure I get doctor's appointments, everything else, but it's like between my health going down the toilet, Alexa, stop, and me arranging for groceries and everything else to be brought in because of this pandemic, I've just been flat out almost dead, I mean, literally. And that's something I wanted to share with you all. It's like my motivation was sucked up, And that's another reason why I haven't been online much, because my motivation's gone. Literally, I used to do these all the time with a smile on my face. Now I'm like an old curmudgeon,
Poppy, get suited up.
Huh?
Suit him up.
Oh, you're suiting him up? Cool. I checked online today, Chloe, not to bring it up since,
Yeah.
and stuff. And I checked online, and we have no mail for the last week delivered. Oh boy, where's my thing with Bobos? Yeah. Well, here they are.
Oh, okay. We're gone.
Yay, I'm a dog, everyone. Hey, everyone. Mommy Chloe said I'm a dog. Why do you guys call me a dog all the time?
Alright, let those cool and I'll eat my Hot Pockets. I used to basically tell good stories about what Chloe's done to me. Lately, I haven't even done that, Literally, it's like I've lost the motivation, Too many people are so hungry for that 1400, and there's not much I can do. I can't deliver the information fast enough. And when I do, I'm doing excess research, and then afterwards, I'm on my TV playing a game again. I mean, my motto is, we'll give you the info as we get it. But in the meantime, there's nothing to report because they're on vacation. I mean, I went on Zoom today with my dad, and he turned and looked at me and says, Rita, you look like crap. I said, you don't know how I feel, literally. The other day, right, I ate some candies, some M&Ms. Told Dad I spent 8 hours pissing like crazy. That's a sign of diabetes. 8 hours. So the other day, Chloe's like, "Ooh, I'll put them to good use if you don't want them. I'm gonna leave them in the freezer and eat them as I want, my M&Ms." But still, I stopped inhaling candy. Now I don't have much candy. I have milk in my coffee, maybe a soda or two from time to time, shot of bourbon. Last night I had 2 shots of bourbon and went to sleep. Literally, I was so exhausted. I got woke up twice, Chloe. I was telling Dad today on Zoom. I said to Dad, Dad, Chloe's stem check comes, she's buying me a new set of pots and pans. He says, why? Chloe cuts the fucking meat in the pan and cut up my surface of my pan. He said, oh, that's not good. I said, do is she cooks everything on high. I said, I cook everything on medium. She cooks everything on high. That was the gist of me and him talking about Chloe. We did make a joke about Chloe and spending too much money again on clothes. Most of the electric bill was paid already by me. There's a small chunk left to pay. I was telling that to that one lady who was talking about looking in payee status for Chloe for Social Security. But I'm not being negative towards Chloe. Right now, I'm worried about my own health issues than worrying about what Chloe does or doesn't do. I've already arranged for maid service. I've already arranged for laundry service. I've arranged for Schwann's to deliver if I want Schwann's. Groceries to deliver from 2 different advocacy groups. Food to be picked up from the farmers pickup location. I've done everything I can to maintain a healthy balance that I can do at home. Hell, I was walking down and up the hill the other day. I was literally catching my breath, you know. I'm telling you, I'm just fucking exhausted, people. So, what excess research while some YouTuber makes 100K a day, they don't make 100,000 a day. They don't make that. Some YouTubers make. One guy I know made $1 million over 10 years. I mean, literally. Now YouTube's taking 40% of the ad revenue for themselves through Google's AdSense. So if you look at it from that point of view, Cam, that's 40%. Some people aren't making it. Some people are making 2 or 3 stimulus videos a day. That's why I told Pee-wee I don't like some of these idiots. Think I want to sit here and hear some guy say, I forgot the stimulus next week. Isn't that great? I'm it's me, Jimmy. Today we're getting stimulus check-out day for you. There's only one guy on YouTube besides myself that's better on stimulus. I mean, every guy I've seen and listened to. Oh, my brush is right there. Oh, where my brush went. Every video I've seen, they're all clickbaiters. I mean, literally, they don't have nothing better to do. But like I said, what happens when they run out of money, huh? Or run out of ideas or videos to make stimulus? What's next? The government is Demi. We're going to do another stimulus update. Today we're getting a 4th stimulus check after the 3rd one. Is not great, everyone. It's me. That's weird. Oh well. Seems I'm falling apart, tells you. Yeah, well, I know a guy makes 100,000 a year on YouTube, but his YouTube vids are just hobbies, hobby videos. But there's other people out there that make more than that. Depends on what it is. Hell, I get I get a notice from year to year from YouTube telling me I could have made $1,400 in a year if I fucking had enough followers from all the videos I made over the course of years. But you know what? I don't care. There's people out there in SSI doing videos and they're losing their SSI because the AdSense requires the tax man's consent to tax you. So you get taxed for that anyways, Yeah, and they a lot of them, unless they are basically doing it. I mean, I've seen people sit there and say, I've seen a couple of YouTubers out there, right? Literally sit there and say, "You're the greatest stimulus updater I've in the world. I've seen them all. Every guy's a dipshit. Blah 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 is a moron. I'm a dipshit. At least I don't sugarcoat anything, and I tell you as it is. Instead, these guys sit there and say, "Oh, we're gonna get stimulus." Look at Twinkle Toes. How many times did Twinkle Toes lie? And we all had to suffer for it. I bet they will shut it down. I'm frankly hoping the entire country. I have a feeling YouTube won't be around. Their censorship basically drives people to quit. I mean, honestly, YouTube's not going to be around forever. They're going to go the way of the dodo bird eventually. Oh, yeah. I don't even use Twitter that much. I have a Twitter account, but I don't use it. Instagram. Too many trannies using Instagram. I'm tired of Instagram myself. YouTube's getting worse and worse with censor. I mean, literally. I heard a rumor the other day that said, this was an interesting report, had to do with stimulus checks and Amazon, but the rumor went that Amazon, when they removed Parler, so many people, when they removed Parler, they knew that they were going to lose so many followers because of the, freedom of speech thing. Yeah, Amazon prepared to destroy their pantry to make up for it in other ways. And they knew that a lot of people would unsubscribe to their unsubscribe from their YouTube Prime, their Amazon Prime account. That's the case. Amazon might not be around forever either. I just thought I'd share that with you, These are Hot Pockets. Philly cheesesteak, sis. Yeah, they're Philly cheesesteak flavor. You can see there's it's a Philly cheesesteak. You need something to eat, So, now it is a meat pie, though. You can classify it as a meat pie, but it's a Philly cheesesteak pie. I bought a box, $10 for 12. Couldn't complain. Figure why not? I usually don't eat these. Have you ever tried those banquet pies? They got this new one for breakfast. Sausage and egg with gravy, or sausage pie with gravy. It's really good. It's a white cream one. Been out a few years now, but me and Hub, we buy them by the boatload. The whole freezer was always filled with them. Every morning he'd make those. The other day, talking to Dad, and Dad was talking about one of his favorite dishes his mom used to make that he can't. And he says, "Yeah, I miss cream chipped beef. And all I have the ingredients and the recipe." Mmm. Dad said, "I'm jealous or envy." I said, "Why?" And he's like, "I've been craving shit on a shingle for a while." Another good meal that I make from time to time for Chloe is hamburger gravy over mashed potatoes. Sometimes I'll do sausage gravy over mashed potatoes, but usually it's hamburger gravy. My uncle used to love that when my mom, he'd come to visit. She'd always make it for him. Just like the old Marine Corps military meals, the old hamburger gravy on mashed potatoes. I guess ground sausage back then in military was a little expensive, so I used hamburger. Or something posing as hamburger. Thing I don't use is turkey, ground chicken. That will never go into my gravy making. Yeah, make one of the ones, make some really good ones too. Like they're fruit pot pies, is what they are. Instead of being meat pot pies, they're actually fruit pot pies. They're really good, yeah. The ones that I really think Dad really has always tooting his horn about is those Marie Callender pot pies. Oh, they're so big, Rita. They're so filling. I'm like, yeah. If you like Marie Callender pot pies, then go for it. Hamburger steaks. Reminds me of that chicken fried beef steaks, where it's called chicken fried patties, but it's really beef steak. Well, it's called chicken fried beef steak. Yeah, Dad loves Marie Callender. Only toots his horn about that. The Marie Callender formula is used in Schwann's too, for their large pot pies. I'll just have the rest of this later. That's what they invented zip bags for. I got more coming, I hope. Yep. Still waiting for them. Should be in tomorrow, I think. But I just wanted to snack, stomach's not doing too well, you know. That's the problem. Some days I can go 2 or 3 days without eating. Always worries about me, you know. Some ways I think she's worried I'm gonna die. So the other day, Chloe turned around, right? Chloe's story. She looks at me. I looked at her. She tells me, "Do I need to get you to the emergency room?" I said, "No." She says, "You haven't eaten in 3 or 4 days, Rita." I said, "I'm not hungry." She says, "You gotta be." I said, "No." So she calls the crisis team. Crisis team says, "Why isn't Rita eating?" She says, "I don't know. Rita refuses to eat." Says something about her stomach acting up all the time. And everything she eats comes out a different consistency instead of a log now. They thought, maybe it's stress, maybe it's cancer, maybe it's whatever. But so I was telling Dad the other day, I was at the emergency room. Don't talk about this. I think I told you guys this, but I'll tell it again. I went in there. They were checking me out, doing all these tests. Some of them haven't come back in yet. And the doctor says, last time you were there, you were 215 pounds. Now you're 145 pounds. What are you doing? I said, I'm not really hungry anymore. I can eat a sandwich and I'm good for a day or 2 or 3. I said, the other day I ordered a hamburger, bacon burger, and fries. Ate all the fries, ate the bacon burger, and I was good for 4 days. The doctor said, anything happen on YouTube? I said, well, some guy called me a fat ass, but I don't know why, you know. And they asked Chloe privately, you know, you're a roommate, you worried about her? Chloe says, yeah. Rita sleeps weird hours, doesn't eat half the time, sits on the shitter more times than anything. That's why she's got the portable gaming system with her newsfeed on her unactivated cell phone. Doctors, like, when they found out what my poo consistency was, they were concerned. They were like, you know, I said, well, if it's the dip, I'll give up the dip. Their answers, we have no clue what's going on. So, you know, musculoskeleton for chest pain and other things. And so the other day, I was telling this to Dad. Dad couldn't get me. So he finally finished the movie and left. Finally, I had to call him the next day and apologize. Dad said, what happened? As I was in the emergency room, you know, and Dad said, you know, you've been complaining about your health for a while. What is it? I said, I don't know. He said, is it the stimulus check updates? Is it something else? I said, I don't know. Told Dad, I just don't know. It's like I'm waiting for death to knock on my door, you know. Meanwhile, that's it, you know. No one knows why I'm ill. Told the social worker, before I got in touch with other social workers, of course, one of my depressions majorly is living in a pigsty. You know, and I said, I can't, no, I mean, you know, like today, for example, okay, before Chloe gets back, I'll tell a story. I was telling Dad today, I said, I don't know if I'm living with someone who's autistic or retarded. I know my cousin Dinky said don't use the retarded word, but he's like, why? I said, well, everything's cooked on high, takes knives, cuts up my pan, owes me new pans, doesn't even pay for the electric bill again, and pays for clothes. And then says, whoops. And then I said, call me a picky person. Dad said, I don't know. But we both got a laugh out of it, at least, you know. I wasn't negative or mean or angry. I was just basically saying, am I living with someone who's too retarded? Now, I know Chloe would sit there and say, I'm not retarded, but, you know, it was just a joke I threw around today with Dad on Zoom because, you know, but Dad had his own opinions, you know. He's like, between stimulus people all hungry for their measly, meager $1,400, to your health declining in the last 4 months from stress, you got family moving to Texas, you got family talking about possible civil war, and this and that. You got so much stacked on your plate, he said, you don't know which way to turn. And so, you're not taking care of yourself either, is what he said. But he did get a laugh about Chloe. We didn't make it Chloe's the butt of the joke. We were just talking in general, you know. And I told Dad I don't even have energy anymore. Got out of bed too early. I could sleep 12 hours at times, but now I told Dad I might not even make it to 9 p.m. for movie night. I mean, I can't believe he turned around and told me on Zoom after our schooling that I looked like shit. I mean, literally. That's why I have you lovely moderators around to tell me your guys' opinion, besides stimulus update news, if you have any, what you think is wrong with me. I'm 5'7", Sister Pee Wee. Chloe's 5'11". No, thanks. I'm wearing, you know, my sweatpants, you know, but come here, Moppy. Come here. How is it? You wet? Oh, yeah, you're a wet Shih Tzu, but you guys get to see hello to Moppy. He's wearing his what do you call it? His Grew Industries Minions outfit today. You're a wet dog.
His new breed is a wet dog.
His new breed, you mean stink dog. His new breed is El Stinko. He smells too. I got some Hot Pockets for a snack later.
Right.
You know, Chloe, you didn't make that salad up last night, did you?
Oh, I'll make it up tonight.
Please do. I gotta eat something. Maybe if I eat vegetables, my body might change over. I'm feeling really, I don't know. The other problem I'm having, everyone, is I'm really gassy too lately. So the other day I was with Chloe, you know, no arguments or nothing, and Chloe decided to take the little shopping cart up the hill. We're going up there, and I keep ripping him. And the old minion meme going around, is jet powered, you know, because of what do you call a fart? Jet powered. Anyways, I was letting it rip, and I said I could probably power myself up that hill with all the gas I've been having lately. I mean, literally, I knew a guy had so much cancer, he was just basically a walking fart box, you know. Which, by the way, Chloe, Dad told me a joke, and guys, I'm going to share with everyone, including you, the viewer. So, this woman's sitting around. She's in a bar. And she turns to this guy and says, tell me something you've never told anyone else, your deepest, darkest secret. He sat there and he goes, well, I really believe the owl people exist. The owl people. Hold on.
I'm listening.
I gotta tell the pun of it, but Chloe just walked away, so that tells me she's not interested in the joke. So, the owl people are here. Finally, the lady turns around and says, "The who? The who? The who?" The who? She didn't get So let me redo it so everyone gets the joke, okay? Including Chloe, which Chloe doesn't get jokes that often. It's like one ear and out the other. The guy says, when she asks, "Tell me your most deepest, darkest secret." And he says, "Well, the owl people are here." She says, "The who?" Who being what an owl would say. The who? Yeah, my dad told me that joke today. Just thought, it'd be funny, It's just too funny,
Staying in most of the day. I'm just. Snow's melting. It'll probably be melted tomorrow.
Dad said you might want to check in with your mom. Apparently the whole state of Ohio is getting a snowstorm tonight.
A blizzard.
Yeah. And he went out to get cigarettes. Before he left, he told me that joke, everyone.
You also gotta think, though, Cleveland and Stoneville areas are two completely different areas. Cleveland is considered the Great Lakes and part of the Canadian Shield. Where my mom lives is the Appalachians. Different weather.
Well, why don't you look on the weather map on the Weather Channel? Dad said it's supposed to be hitting Ohio, Pennsylvania, completely all the way to New York. It's going to be just a blanketed of snow. Hell, I heard rumors that Cam's got snow coming or has snow coming or did get snow coming. He's in the Carolinas. Anyway, look at it, everyone's getting pounded with snow. I see that wet beard of yours. Yeah, me and Dad were going to watch something by Russell Crowe tonight. It's called Noah. He wants me to rent it. I wanted to rent something else, but oh well. More religious movies for me. So, yeah, isn't that cute? Dad just had to happen to say something, It's like the joke. Did you ever hear the joke, Pee-wee, about the ambulance? Dad tells this one periodically, too. He says, "What's the difference between an ambulance and a gay man? They both take a load in the back and go, woo, woo." Ow, that hurts when I laugh. Did you even get the pun of it?
What's the pun?
What's the difference between an ambulance and a gay man? They both take a load in the back and go, woo, woo.
The only difference is that the ambulance is a vehicle, gay man's a human being.
Yeah, but the gay man still takes a load in the back.
Yeah,
It goes, woo, woo.
That's different, though. Gay man takes
I've never heard the wood-eye
Gay man
joke.
takes a big old dick in the back, but an ambulance takes a sick patient or injured patient in the back.
Never heard the wood-eye joke. I should look it up, though.
I don't think a nurse. I don't think people can drive. I don't think you can drive a gay man. You can drive an ambulance if you're certified to.
Well, I don't know. You'll have to tell it, Pee-wee, or whatever. But did you ever hear the funny joke about the old man? Old man sitting there, he wants a job, and he's blind. And all of a sudden, he's sitting there in front of a lumber mill, a lumber store. And the guy says, "Excuse me, sir, I'd like a job." He says, "How can I give you a job? You can't see." And the guy said, "I can tell you every wood imaginable." He says, "Fine, I'll test you." Gives the blind man the first wood. He smells it and feels it and says, "This is pine." The owner says you got lucky. Gave him another one. This one's oak. Third one was cedar. Goes down the list, right, of everything you think. Finally, he's like, this guy's good. So he pulls off one last board. He feels both sides, sniffs it a couple times, goes, man, this is stinky. Ooh, this is reek. Ooh, this is rank. He said, so what is this? He says, that's a shit door off a tuna boat, which means tuna boat's a slang for the outhouse. Shit door off the outhouse. Anyways, Pee Wee. Like I said, I've been very, very ill lately, you know. Hold on. Guy with a wooden eye meets a woman with a hunchback. He asks, does she want to go on a date? She says, would I? Would I? He frowns and shouts back, hunchback, hunchback. Sounds like something you'd find from Quasimodo in the bell tower, you know. You have a few tranny ones too. That's really good too, but you know nowadays you can't tell them because it might discern the tranny, you know. But I got one that's really funny. So, guy sitting in a bar, he's drinking. He sees this gorgeous chick and this butt ugly man. He asks the barkeep, how's an ugly man get a hot chick like her? And he says, she's a whore, prostitute. So he drinks his beer, goes home, or whatever he's drinking, you know, goes home. Next day he waits for her and says, hey, how much to do it Greek style? Or no, first it's how much for a blowjob. She says $1,000. Walks outside to him and says, see that Ferrari? I paid cash for it because I gave the best blowjobs in town. He paid, went home happy. Next day he's in the bar, asks for her again. And this time, how much do you do? How much is it to do it Greek style? Greek Roman style. She says $10,000. See that 12-story apartment complex across the street? He says, yeah, paid cash because I did it the best way a guy wants it. Paid, went home satisfied. The next night he's sitting there drinking away again and he sees her and he says, hey, you're not bad. How much for some pussy? Walks outside. Points and says, see that city over there? And he says, oh, don't tell me you own Manhattan. She says, I would if I had a cooter. So he wants regular good old sex and he can't get it because she doesn't have the plumbing for it. Otherwise, she'd be owning Manhattan already. Pun of the joke, you know, pun of the joke. Just a little funny. The second Perfect Stranger is very good too. He helps a girl out in he helps Nikki's daughter out. I told you this already, Cam. He helps Nikki's daughter out by traveling with her across the country from Chicago to Texas to Portland. Excuse me, that wasn't ladylike. So, the truth is, Pee-wee, if someone had a beaver, a man had a beaver, well, let's put it this way to be polite, okay? Since we're not having any negative actions today, let me just get someone's opinion. Hey, Chloe, if your dad if your dad had or has now, here's the pun, everyone, a beaver, do you think he'd own all of Florida with his beaver being a whore? So he would whore himself out with his beaver to basically make money off of it so he can make a living during the pandemic. You know your dad better than anyone. Let me ask you this. How many trannies you know that basically go through sex change and use their damn beaver for money?
Lots.
Yeah. Most of the trannies do. No offense to anyone here. I've seen it many, many times. You pass well, you look good, you're attractive. They'll do everything they can till their looks fade. By then, they're sitting on a nice nest egg. And then they wonder why I hate them fuckers. Because they think I'm not attractive and I'm disabled and no one wants me. And thing is I'm not the type that would use my beaver, no offense, I don't want to trigger anyone here, to make money. I'm not a whore. I'm a minister of God.
There's a lot of trains in Phoenix.
Yeah, and your point being nice here, everyone.
It's just that there's a lot of them there.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of them everywhere.
I've seen more in Phoenix than I have in Seattle.
Anyway, this is interesting. Do you know a former NFL wideout by the name of Vincent Jackson? Yeah, nor do I, but it's big news apparently. Former NFL guy died. Go figure.
So yeah, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure why trannies like to go to Arizona.
I don't know either.
You got a lot of people who live in Arizona, like from other places.
Yeah. I don't know why, I really do not know why, Tell you what, everyone. People have been asking me for a while, therapists and so forth, social workers, hospital workers, etc. My health would improve if this place was clean. I said I don't think so. There's got to be more to this than anything, No offense, I'm not trying to piss off Chloe here. I'm not. It's just I've been going downhill, By the way, I do have a question for you. Did you do your deed this morning with your email like you promised me?
I'm going to send it now. I typed it up.
Really? I already sent mine out already this morning. You know why?
That's so you can play about the dishwasher. What?
She was pounding at 4:34. You were sleeping when they fucking woke me up this morning. I jumped out of bed thinking someone hit the wall, man. Even if you're a lesbian hoe, Cam, the problem is most lesbians don't sell their bodies for sex. Lesbians only want lesbians. Trannies, of course, they want to use their female bodies to get what they want. Think about it. How many men do you know go through sex change because they're tired of being taken care of women, and women have it better than men? Me? I think I got the raw end of the stick when my husband died. Everyone can laugh at the pun now. Yeah, well, I don't understand either, sis. I don't. And I like I said, I'll ask the question again. Anyone have any questions about stimulus checks? Feel free to ask. But here's my thought. What do you guys think's wrong with me? Honestly, literally, I don't know how long I can hold up. I mean, literally, I got people pestering for when's their stimulus checks to me going down the fucking toilet. And by the way, Chloe's dad had a sex change because Chloe's dad did not want to take care of women anymore. They wanted to be the woman. You watch my husband's video series, there's one where they say that some do it for the attention seeking, others do it as the true trans, the other ones are gay, lesbian, etc., and goes on. One's the victim if they were raped or abused with borderline personality or bipolar. Probably tore a muscle, that's why I'm in so much pain. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, trans issues. You know, you get all these trannies that say, oh, well, you're jealous of me because look how hot I am, and every guy wants to stick their dicky in me. Do I look like a person who wants a dick in me? No. And then they say that under Biden, no one can talk shit about trannies. Well, my first rights amendment says I'll talk shit about anyone I want. Ugh, I feel like Forrest Gump getting older. And that was that. Jenny, why don't you marry my Jenny? Oh, fuck. Anyways, I don't remember what I was going to say. It was probably a stupid joke. Anyways, did I actually cut myself down there? Yeah, nope. Cheese stuck to my chin. What was I doing? Oh, yes. My husband had a good video series going for him. You know, that's the other thing, that my belly basically is the way it is, but it's not going down. Everything else is going down, but you know, the thing is I've cut my food down by 80% plus, and yet I'm still having these problems. Ugh. I feel like I'm falling apart, and I'm still young as hell. Dad and I were talking about that. You know, he's like, you got too much stress on your plate. He says, you got a stressful, and you know what? Let me tell you a story, everyone. I don't know if Pee-wee's heard this. I told Dad the story today. I said, I have a story for you that's amazing. And Dad said, really? Does it have to do with Chloe? I said, no. Chloe's mom. He's like, really? Chloe's mom was setting up a course to meet up with us, APS lady. That all fell through. Case closed. He said, I talked to her again. Case closed. There's nothing they can do. You're not vulnerable enough. They think Chloe might, but they're not going to press anything anyways because no one wants Chloe. And Chloe, you know, Dad said no one wants Chloe. So I said, well, Chloe, hold on. Excuse me a second. Moppy! Knock it off. There's nothing at the door. Get in there. I'll check the camera again. It's fucking cold out there and he's barking at air. What do we got here? My therapist emailed me from Wenatchee. I hired him again, and he just said Ebony is the most adorable rabbit he's ever seen. Hey, Boon Boon. The therapist says you're cute. He said he'd trade therapy for a rabbit like you. Not for saying, Mommy. Anyways, there was not anyone at the door. Moppy was just going ape. Yeah, well, some women do. I mean, look at these men. They think that because they can become a female that's attractive and hot, that they can use their looks on guys to get what they want. And then they think I'm jealous and upset because they pass better than me. Anyways, where was I? Oh, yeah. So I was telling Dad, the story about Chloe's mom. So we had a video lined up, Zoomed, everything set up to do. She reneges. He says, what do you mean? Grandpap dies? That's her ticket out. Gone. Flew the coop. So Dad, pun intended, jokingly, of course. Dad's funny when he has to be. Sometimes I have breathing issues, by the way, for no apparent reason, like me getting up, going into the other room, coming back. The breathing issue. That's something I'm sharing with you. So Dad turns around, besides telling me I look like crap, and he says, jokingly, of course, and I'm not complaining, no one wants to deal with Chloe. Mental places, hospitals, Chloe's mom, other people. You've been dumped the problem again. And he says, it ain't doing you any good while you're basically sick. You need to take care of yourself. He says, you might have to lay in bed and put yourself to bed and stay in bed and only get up and run the treadmill when you have to and stay in bed. He said, you might fight this. He said, it might be heart related, might be colon related, might be stomach related, might be tobacco related, it might be booze related. He says, but you have to stay in bed. He says, you've been active for 4 months when this started going down the toilet. He said, for all we know, you could have 5 or 6 of those coronavirus variants in you right now, making a massive super virus. And fuck, where's my inhaler? Chloe, move that damn son of a bitch. It's been a while. Inhaler. Well, anyways, Dad said I needed to stay in bed. But then Dad doesn't realize the other problems I have, too. Yeah, well, I don't think with either. That must mean why the tranny community hates me, Pee-wee. I don't think with my pussy. Never thought with a dick. Even if I had both, which I did, I never thought with either of them. I always was in love with cute girls and their pretty faces, but I knew being disabled, no one wanted me anyway, so. My stepfather, Roy, once told me a woman in Playboy magazine might have the body now and might have the fake tits, Pee-wee, but eventually they'll wrinkle up and they won't be attractive, so they better develop a sensitive personality that's perfect with a sense of humor. My stepbrother Michael wanted a bombshell wife and didn't realize personality was number one. Oh, great. What the fuck is he barking at? I've checked the door cam 3 times. There's nothing. We don't even have a delivery coming in till tomorrow. See, this is why I'm fucking stressing. There's nothing. Camera. Look at this. There's the door. Great. No. Fucking deny it, you piece of crap. There, look. There's the door. There's nothing. Not even something hanging on the clip. Anyways, where was I? So, anyway, so Dad says, I got a lot of stress on my plate, you know. He's like, one is you got these trannies who pass very well. They want to use their fucking future pussies that they're going to get the government to pay for to make money and everything else. He said that's stressing me out. I'm just an average girl that's old, as he put it, almost 50, living the best I can while falling apart. Meanwhile, Dad said I had to make arrangements to find a maid service, a laundry service, and other things because I'm not physically capable right now doing it because I'm sick. He said, then you got the problem with trying to handle Chloe's mental stability, which Dad wasn't mean. Dad didn't basically tear me down or belittle me. He just said, look, you got stress going on because you got Chloe when she snaps about YouTube or snaps at moderators or snaps at whatever. And then he says, you got so much stacked up on your plate, you don't know which way you're turning. He said, pandemic's doing a number on you too. You're stuck indoors mostly. You got pre-existing conditions. You run. He said, hell, for all we know, you're not getting enough exercise on your treadmill, which we know that's bullshit because you do it. You're not eating enough and you're losing weight. He says the problem is Dad turned around and he says, I'm sorry to say this, but it seems the Democrats, he says, one perspective want to kill us all off that are worthless eaters due to the fact that we are worthless eaters, you know, and so they're trying to kill us off by locking us in our houses. You know, so I've been taking walks and doing stuff when I can, but I'm getting slower and slower as a slug. I mean, literally eating less and eating less and eating less. Yeah, losing weight. And Dad says, you know, you got all these stuff stacked up. You got Chloe's mom, doesn't want to deal with anything. She's interested in inheritances and stuff. You got Chloe, you're trying to basically juggle your mental stability, her mental stability, everything else around, worried about being evicted, all this crap coming up. And yet, and he says, the only thing you can think about for yourself is death knocking on your door. He said, what a life. Oh, not to mention, everyone, I forgot to mention. Chloe, of course. Chloe knows I'm worried about so many things, right? One of the things I've been doing is playing these games that Chloe got me. I've been playing them like crazy. And Chloe's slowly rebuilding what's under her Christmas tree for Christmas time, if I'm around then. Anyways, Chloe turns around. And she knows I've been really interested in Animal Crossing and Story Season and stuff like that. I sent some videos to Pee-wee about what I'm playing. Or getting ready to play. And Chloe turns around and she says, you focus so much on YouTube, you don't have any time for yourself. Well, I got a lot of time out for myself, but between juggling my DS, my 3DS, my 2DS, my Switch, my whatever, right, my portable systems, I got to juggle Dad time at night, 4 hours a night, right? And half the time, Dad knows that if I don't reply in between movies and I jump out of bed, he's starting to worry about me because, honestly, I'll sit there and lay down and be like, okay, Dad's got this movie. It's 3 hours. Next thing you know, it's 2 hours, 54 minutes or something, 6 minutes ago. Credits are almost getting ready to roll. And I'm out of bed going, oh, yeah, okay. And then Dad's like, oh, yeah, you know, or the other day, Dad sat there and he said to me outright, you know, with me, I don't sugarcoat anything. You know, sometimes I try to exaggerate when it comes to my dad. You know, that's honest, given truth. So I turned to Dad the other day, and he says, oh, I thought you weren't feeling too good and you're sleeping. Then today he says I look like crap. My husband and I used to walk 10 plus miles throughout the deserts in Grant County. Here, snow's on the ground. Can't get out. Can't get groceries. I'm stuck here. Worried about Amazon shipping my dishwasher pellets. Worried about running out of a few things. Well, Amazon's slow, and Dad's like, you got all these problems. Need to take it easy, one day at a time, he says. It'll work out. Why I'm playing these games, these long games? Pass the time till you guys get your stimulus checks. And we can change course and figure something else out to talk about, you know? Well, they're supposed to be here tomorrow with everything else I ordered for the household goods, but my problem is why am I not well? Dad's psychiatrist, he doesn't know. Is it because I've been cooped up here for over a year? They're trying to kill me off? Is that what it feels like? And you know as well as I do, sis, I don't like do dishes without the machine. Rinsing them off is good. Putting them in the dishwasher is good. Flipping a switch is good. Probably cheaper anyways to wash by hand due to the fact that we have no, it saves on the electric bill. If I wash for hands for a month, my electric bill might be lower. Who knows? Could be the dishwasher, could be the heat, or likely it's the heat. This week is what they said, Tuesday through Friday. I just hope they have some answers. Right now they think my chest pain's musculoskeletal and it's not heart related. But they also found some stuff heart related too. So I don't know. I mean, I'm literally basically just waiting, you know, for something. Ouch. Ugh. What? Ouch. That hurt. Hurt my lungs and my belly when I did that. Ugh. All I can tell you, sis, is I'm not feeling too... I mean, I've been having chest pain between here, where my hand is, and here. And right now, it's severely here. Dad says, oh, you could have stressed a muscle. He says, me playing a video game like this in my chair for so long could have strained my muscles, he said. He's like, you need to take care of yourself. He also thinks it could be sanitation's a problem too. Think of it, the toilet's still broken, they won't fix it till this place is clean. So I could be getting sick from sanitation issues. Floor's not been vacuumed, vacuum cleaners being replaced, toilet's broken. I mean, we don't know what it is. Gee, I'm slow walking. Feels like I'm gonna fall apart, man. Half the time my nose is running, and the other half the time it's not running. So I don't know. Dad thinks I might have one of those new non-detected coronavirus viruses, one of those super bugs that they can't do. It mutated itself. It latched onto me as a host. Told Dad with my luck, probably. It's not one damn thing, it's another. Doctor said it could be partly estrogen doing too, which means they'd have to put it through the FDA saying that trans people shouldn't be on estrogen because it could cause long-term side effects. You know, no one knows, Pee-wee. Could be arthritis. Yeah, I mean, literally the weather's fun. I have arthritis in my hands and stuff, you know. Carpal tunnel, you know. I've been diagnosed with that. But half the time my nose is running and the other half the time my nose ain't running. So I don't know. I was outside the other day walking the dog because Chloe wasn't going to. It was too cold. That was the day I drank probably half a fifth of whiskey, came in, passed out. The next day I was feeling like crap, you know, literally. And I was about 18 inches of snow, and Moppy was hopping around. It was basically all the way up to his damn little beard, you know. I came in, and it was like the day I told Dad also I made sausage links, you know, and burned my throat. So I had a sore throat for a while due to the fact that the sausages, I ate them a little too hot. So Dad was like, well, you need to slow down, you know, and eat your food instead of inhaling it, you know. But Chloe was sleeping that day, so I figured I'd inhale the sausage links because, you know, after a while, sausage links go bad. Which I gotta freeze my sausage links before they do go bad, because I don't want them changing color either. There we go. Bacon will last a lot longer than my sausage links, you know. So I ate some maple flavored sausage links the other day, and the hot liquid helped my throat, but it was healing, you know. But still, Dad keeps telling me I need to take care of myself. He thinks maybe it's a sanitation issue too. I mean, the guy comes up with the weirdest things, you know. Well, Rita, I just got my first coronavirus vaccine. I'm going to be going out soon without a mask on. He's telling me that today. Got it Saturday. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. You got a coronavirus vaccine. Oh, yeah, it was pretty good, you know. Most of the trans community has heart trouble because of it, sis. Fortunately, mine's a low dose, but there's people that take high dosages that end up having heart attacks. My husband was on estrogen. My husband also was on antipsychotics. That sped heart disease up too. That's why I died at 38. I hope I'm not going to die that way. But I haven't been eating a lot of freaking protein either. They said he said, they told me my body could be basically, I'm feeling the pain from my body absorbing my proteins and I'm having my body eat myself up. Taking the proteins that I do have, my body's eating the protein because I'm not inhaling protein. I mean, literally, I'll eat ramen, that's got no protein. High salt content, no problem. I eat sausage roll, not a problem, you know. It's like the other day, I was telling Dad after school last week, I went to the store, you know, and I was starving, you know. It was like 3 or 4 days I haven't eaten, you know, and I got to the store and then I got home and had to do school, you know, so I made my coffee and everything, and all of a sudden, sis, right after school, it was like 3 o'clock, right? They went long over. You know, it's like, oh yeah, tell us, teacher, that I'm going, So finally, I threw in 6 of those little Johnsonville Better cheddar sausages. Cooked them in the oven for 45 minutes, pulled them out, put them on a bun, let them cool 7 minutes, and shoveled them in one after the other, like the reversible version of a Pez dispenser. Instead of Pez coming out fast, I was like, literally, that's the way it was. I was just inhaling the sausages. And Chloe's like, oh, you must be hungry. And I'm like, you think? What the hell? What the hell is that noise? Neighbors doing something? I don't see anything. I hear a something. What the hell? So the lady that makes too much noise next door is now making more noise above my stairwell, going. Does she ever make no noise? I wonder. But I can't complain, it's daytime. Hey everyone, it's 4:20. The old joke is 4:20 is pot time. But I ain't gonna do pot. I haven't had the mood to do much. Dad was telling me the other day, he thought maybe I destroyed my stomach lining between estrogen and all that alcohol I've drinking over the years. He said I could have destroyed my stomach lining. So, hello, DeLacy. I don't know. Anyways, I've just been going through hell, one day at a time. I do need to get my game in soon, though, because there's a festival, and I want to finish the festivals. Oh, what's this? This might be an interesting stimulus update. They're changing the formula again. This came out 2 hours ago. Let me see what it says. Alright, so it doesn't say anything. It just says anyone who's on SSI and SSDI and the rest of the benefits will qualify, What the hell? Let me see this. Before he became the second richest man in Norway, hold on, I'm a Norwegian person. Seattle finally became American seafood venture control conglomerate. Now could take a key role. Alright. Alright. Okay. So this guy who's a money-grubbing whore, apparently from Norway, moved over here. Who's a billionaire, turned around and says they might be gobbling up plants in Moses Lake, where I'm from. Yeah, it looks like a nice computer. How much is that one? Who makes it? Alright. Very expensive. Yeah, alright. So, oh, okay, so that's why. Never mind. $3,600 is too expensive in my opinion. Amtrak's got BOGO fares. Wish I could have a BOGO fare. I'd take a trip to Portland. Of course, I can't get there now, so. Dishwasher's already done. Wow. No, well, I'm going to be leaving, and when I do leave, Pee Wee, I'm not coming back until tomorrow for a bit. And then after tomorrow, I'm not coming back for a week. So 5-6 days in between. So if anyone has any comments to talk to me about, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'm out. Anyone? All right. Well, since you guys are all gone, I better go and do my thing too. Hopefully, I can get some sleep eventually. Anyways, thanks everyone for tuning in, I guess, since no one else is commenting. I'll give you one more minute and I'm out. Alright, well, the rest of you out there, thanks for tuning in. Since no one's got any stimulus questions or etc., I guess time for me to log out myself. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Well, please subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions, like, subscribe button. Sow some funding for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs. Thanks for watching, everyone, and God bless you in everything you do.